Come on, skinny love, just last the year. Poor little soul, we were never here. My, 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 my. Staring at the sink of blood and crushed veneer. Told my love to wreck it all. Cut out all the roads to let me fall. My, 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 my. Right in the moment, his heart is told. And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine, and I told you to be balanced, and I told you to be kind. And in the morning I'll be with you, but it will be a different kind. Cause I'll be holding all the tickets, and you'll be owning all the fines. Come on, skinny love, what happened here? Circle on the whole bit like Brazil. My, 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 my. Silent load is full, so slow on the split.
This is What Lies Behind the Door. Enjoy. Lucy.
Who's that?
Freddie.
Hello?
Lucy. Who is it, Freddie? See who it is.
In recent news, 2 more children have been reported missing.
This is the 5th reporting of a pair of children, brother and sister, going missing within the night. This making a total of 10 children within 10 months, all within the same area.
Surely they will leave by now. Police are yet to have a lead. Law enforcement are baffled by the mysterious disappearances. Of course they are.
In his latest statement, the Chief Constable announced that no traces of these children have been found.
We are saddened to report that there's been no CCTV footage, no sightings, no witnesses, nothing to give us any direction in finding these children.
This can't be happening. Please urge anyone with any information possible to come in. The situation is now being classed as critical.
Critical? We've gone way past critical.
Our thoughts go out to all the families involved in this difficult time. Now for other news.
What could we afford do?
It's a different world out there these days, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I didn't see you there.
I didn't mean to startle you. Dr. Viner, nice to meet you.
Hi there. Sorry, mine's all over the place. Graves. Detective Graves.
For Scotland Yard?
No, private.
I see. And who is your employer?
A newspaper. But it also ties with the private investigation I'm carrying out.
Which one?
I've been told not to say.
I'm afraid I must insist.
Why?
I see I'm going to have my hands full with you.
People usually do.
You see, Mr. Graves, you're not dealing with a troubled couple who are trying to find out about their private lives.
You've been watching too many films, Doctor.
This is a hospital, Mr. Graves, an asylum for the troubled and the mentally ill. I will not have someone come in and disturb a tightly run institution.
The Telegraph.
Well, at least it's not some gossip magazine come to chase and to try and make some wild, show-selling story up out of thin air.
That happens.
It did, but not on my watch. Why, may I ask, has the Telegraph sent a detective and not a reporter?
I have a license.
Right, before we see the patient, I must take you through a few regulations.
Right.
First of all, if you like to empty your pockets of anything sharp or anything that could be considered dangerous.
Well, all I have is my wallet.
That seems fine.
Is the patient dangerous?
Standard procedure, Mr. Graves. Anything else?
No, that's everything.
Right, if you'd just like to open your briefcase for me. That seems fine there. Thank you. I see there was your children there.
Why'd you ask?
Oh, no reason. I just find small talk seems to relax new visitors.
A minute ago you were joining me asking every question possible.
I have to, Mr. Graves. I have to protect the patients here. And you.
You're not very good at this relaxed approach, are you?
Well, I did try.
Well, I appreciate your attempt. In answer to your question, yes, they are my children. That's my boy Frederick, who's just turned 10, and my daughter Lucy, who's 7.
Now, I just have a few instructions to go through with you.
Okay.
First of all, keep your distance.
Right.
Like I say, standard procedure.
Of course.
Secondly, if the patient gets agitated or violent, it is best that you stay calm. Any act of fear or panic from yourself will only make things worse.
Is something like that likely to happen?
Please, Mr. Graves, these are just precautions we take with every visit. So please, take care. And if your questions start to upset her, it will be best that you stop before any trouble starts. Well, it's 11:42. She'll be waiting for you now. I think I've told you everything I need to.
That's a very exact time there, Doctor.
Sticking to strict instructions keeps precision and order. Relaxed, carefree schedule simply causes instability. She's waiting for you, Mr. Graves. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Like I say, she's quite stable. Just disturb.
Mr. Graves,
Yes?
please take a seat.
Thank you for agreeing to see me.
I didn't. I don't even know who you are.
You didn't? They said, I'm Graves. Proud Detective Graves.
I'm a private detective.
Yes. I'm here to interview you.
They didn't tell me. They don't tell you much here.
They didn't, but they
Don't-
said,
I don't have much say in seeing you.
right. So they said, could you excuse me a second?
Why have you left the room?
Oh, you listen to this?
Yes, and it's very bad that you leave so early on. It can cause a sense of uncertainty.
Well, you shouldn't agree to see me.
And why does that matter?
Look, I know people have impressions about private detectives, but I'm not into deceiving people, okay?
The thing is, detective, she would not have agreed to see you. She hasn't accepted any visitors from anyone. We had to make it a compulsory part of her therapy. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
But why does it matter so much to you?
If I'm honest, Mr. Graves, we are having a lot of trouble with her. We found out very little. We need to know more, and by allowing you in, you can find out more information and then decide on the best therapy for her.
Look, I'll go along with this because I need information just as much as you do. But from now on, we have to be honest with each other, okay?
Fine.
Good.
Now, if you like to go back into the room, she'll figure out she's being talked about.
Sorry about that.
You seem just as much in the dark as I am.
I don't think that's entirely true.
Oh no?
No. I believe you know things that can help me.
You can help me by telling me why you're here.
Where do you want to start?
Well, I know that Dr. Viner's intentions of you being here are different than your own intentions of being here.
It certainly seems that way.
Please enlighten me.
Well, I'm working for the paper. I'm trying to find out more information about this mysterious disappearance that occurred in the past few months.
Why do you think I can help you with that?
Well, if my sources are correct, you were adopted yourself as a child, were you not?
How much do you know? You say you're doing all this for a newspaper,
Yes.
and this is all for the missing children.
Yes. The paper are trying to help the police any way possible by trying to get a criminal profile from past victims of similar situations.
Well, you wouldn't believe me even if I told you. You'd just think I was a crazy woman who thinks she's from a fantasy world.
I'm not here to judge you.
This is really important to you.
Yes, it is.
Well, I will tell you, but you need to realise that no matter how crazy people think I am, this really happened to me. It haunts me every waking minute of the day and as soon as I close my eyes at night.
I understand.
No, you don't see, that's just it. People read the story and only see the fairy tale. They don't think of how horrible it must have been for people.
Just tell me your name.
You know my name?
For the recording.
Okay.
You'll have to listen to this.
Okay.
So your real name.
What do you mean my real name?
Oh, your name.
See? You think I'm lying already? You don't believe me. I'm sick of people calling me crazy and laughing at me. They weren't there, they don't know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to imply.
They weren't there. They don't know. You really think that the story that people read to their children at night is what actually happened?
I don't know, that's what I'm here to find out.
Well, people use my life as entertainment for their kids. I fight every day to get rid of the memories, and not for one day does it get any easier.
Could you tell me what happened?
You wanted to know my name, Mr. Graves. My real name is Gretel. My brother was Hansel. And I will tell you. I'll tell you the real story of Hansel and Gretel.
Please keep the recommended distance between yourself and the patient.
You're breaking the rules.
Well, the one with the justification you warned me, and then treat like a zone on the next.
This tastes like a prison.
Well, some of the patients here are in the same situation as you guys.
Yeah, I suppose.
One thing I don't quite understand is that the story of Hansel and Gretel is a German origin, that you are here in England.
You ever heard of a wildfire, Mr. Graves?
Yes.
Fire spreads rapidly. It's the same as the story. When I escaped, I was shunned, told to shut up, but that didn't stop the absurd claims I'd made. People whispering into each other's ears. It's all right them laughing and joking about it, but they don't know. They weren't there.
Gretel?
It's true, Mr. Graves, you know, the stories are true. Right from being abandoned in the woods to the trail of breadcrumbs. I tried to save him. I really did.
I'm sorry.
This is the first time anyone's come to hear my story without rolling their eyes or assessing every word I say.
Alright. What happened next?
I don't know if this is part of it, but I think it's all relevant. There was a slope at the back that led down to the mouth of the wood, and we were the only house there, so it was basically our back garden.
Take that! Aha! You're now after me.
Aha! Think again! Take that! No one can ever beat me!
Sword fighting was always one of our favourite games. Be different every day though.
How so?
One day we'd be Romans in a Colosseum, and then we'd be mer people living under the sea.
Die, you little witch.
Oh, Hansel, I'm not a witch!
I always was a bit of a tomboy. I was never one for dolls and tea parties. I always wanted adventure and excitement, and I didn't think I'd get that with girly characters like princesses and witches.
What do you want to be then?
I want to be a knight! Or a king!
I always wanted to be a hero.
A witch is a stupid part.
Witches aren't stupid. Witches are scary. They have magic powers, they fly around on broomsticks, and they turn people into frogs.
But they're green and ugly, and they always lose. I want to win!
Fine. How about you be the witch this time, and then you can be the hero next time, and I'll be the evil warlock or something that tries to kill you.
Fine!
Hansel always got his way.
And how do you feel about it?
I don't see why this matters to you, but I never really minded. I never told him, but I always looked up to him and admired him.
What did you tell him?
I don't think I knew myself until it was too late.
So you doubt my powers, do you? Well, that will all change!
What was that?
I don't know.
I think it came from the woods.
Come on, let's go see!
No!
That's why you can't go in there, it's not safe.
Come on!
That was my brother. He was so sensible, he always plays everything safe.
Are you scared?
No, well, I'm not scared, it's just not safe, so we're not going in, that's all.
Come on!
Rachel, no, you can't go in there. Have you not heard of what goes on?
What?
You mean you've never heard?
Heard what? What?
See, living within the woods is a monster
A monster? Really?
and lures you into its deep, dark lair. And then,
What happened?
just when you think you're safe, when your back is turned,
What did it do?
it eats you!
Hansel, I'm gonna kill you!
I'd believe anything anyone said, especially if Hansel had said it. He was the sensible one, but he'd always wind me up. I didn't mind though, it made me laugh. Be like this every day, more or less.
So you was happy at one stage then?
Yeah, but still don't see why this matters. I thought you wanted to know about the crimes committed against me.
Why don't you tell me more about them?
Well, I don't know if this means anything, but it's part of it. We played in the same spot every day. If anyone wanted to watch us, we were easy to find. Unless it rained, we'd be there every day. Our stepmother was just happy to have us out of the house. And then our father, if he wasn't working, he'd be in a shed. We wouldn't be seeing until we'd hear our stepmother call,
Hansel! Gretel! Dinner! Now!
Gretel, dinner.
If only I'd known then what I know now.
Stop, please, no, stop.
Leave him alone! Oh, shut it, or I'll kill him now.
No more, please, no more.
You're next.
You don't understand. I feel like I'm constantly being watched and constantly followed.
Gretel, calm down. Don't worry. You're safe now. Look at me. Nothing can hurt you now.
She was there. I know she was. She watched us. She must have done.
What, so she targeted you?
I don't know. I think so. We were only there because it was some feeble attempt to get our father to spend some time with us. We asked him to go camping and he reluctantly agreed.
Then what, he just abandoned you?
Well, I know he was under a lot of stress. We were in a lot of financial trouble.
You did all that and yet you still defended him?
No. It was his carelessness or cruelty or whichever one that led to my brother's death. I only say that because I know he blames me for my mother's death.
Blamed you?
She died in childbirth. He always resented me for it. He was sharp with me and lost his temper with me. Hansel took the same punishment and he lost all love for us, and then our stepmother came along and she was equally heartless.
Couldn't imagine being hot to my children.
You have children?
Yes. 10. Our daughter Lucy is 7. They're both so loving and caring. I couldn't have been more blessed.
Keep them close to you.
You want to tell me what happened in the woods?
I remember it being cold, very cold.
Hansel!
Yes.
Hansel, I'm cold.
Here, take this.
It's getting darker.
I know.
And it's only going to get colder.
I know, Gretel.
Oh, if Dad doesn't come back, we haven't even got any food!
I know, Gretel. I'm sorry.
Why did he do this? When's he coming back?
Dad's not coming back. He's been gone for ages.
Why?
I don't know.
Why isn't he coming back? He's not just going to leave us here.
Look, he's been quiet all afternoon. Do you really think he wanted to come out with us in the first place?
But he wouldn't just leave us.
Do you really think that she would have let him go out without her?
She always had this strange obsession with my father. She never left us alone with him. I think she felt threatened that we'd brainwash him against her, so in fear she brainwashed him against us. She hated us.
What did your father do?
Nothing, he was never there.
That's awful.
She certainly had a hold over us and over our father.
It sounds like your father was unhappy.
I know they argued a lot.
It could have been your defence.
No, he abandoned us. Stories don't put it that way, do they?
What are we going to do now?
I don't know, Gretel. Just sit here. What's this on the floor?
Oh, I was eating some bread that I brought to feed the birds with.
How long have you been dropping crumbs for?
I don't know, it started not long after we left.
Don't you see what you've done?
What are you talking about?
You've created a trail. A trail for us to follow to the mouth of the woods, where we can see our home from.
Oh!
So now all we have to do is follow the trail through the woods to the edge, and then it's just our usual 2-minute run up the hill.
See seemed as if the stories don't tell it right and that our father abandoned us, but it's why they call it a fairy tale.
Oh! Now, all we have to do is follow the trail through the woods to the edge. And then it's just our usual 2-minute run up the hill.
Journey, when we were tracing our steps, we realised how much our journey twisted and turned. We were deep in a maze of trees, and it was obvious how much our father had wanted to lose us. I think we realised that at the time we would have tried so hard to get home. We didn't give up, though. It was getting darker and colder, and we couldn't see past the end of our noses, and the breadcrumbs were becoming harder to find, and then they were gone. We were more lost than ever. No.
Don't lose everything. Just let me think. Look, it's dark, we can't see where we're going. We'll sleep here tonight and we'll move in the morning when it's dark.
I'm scared.
I'm scared as long as I'm here, nothing's going to harm me.
Mum would never have let this happen.
You never knew Mum before.
But sometimes, when we go to bed at night, I look out of my window and I think about her. I imagine what she would have looked like and the things she would have said. And what?
What did she look like?
It doesn't matter. What matters is that every night she took us into bed and made us a bedtime story until we fell asleep. And then, in the morning, she'd wake us up with a kiss on the forehead. I know it's stupid, just something I like to think about.
It's all okay.
I wish I could do it.
I need you to down on me. I need you very much. I'll tell you about that.
I love you, Vincent. We're going to be alright, aren't we?
Of course you are. You don't need what's going to harm you. There's nothing to do now to just sleep.
Go to sleep. Please do not fret. I'm here beside your chamber bed. I'll hold you, keep you safe from harm. But now and always, your lucky charm. The moon's bright. The sky is clear. The angels sing you to sleep, my dear. All is safe. All is calm. Good night. Yes. Your lucky charm.
What is
Did you
it?
see her? There was a woman. There was a woman.
Gretel, there's nobody here. You had a nightmare and I fell off to sleep.
It wasn't a nightmare, it was real. She had this pale skin and red eyes, and she was leaning on me like she was going to kill you.
Gretel, if there's someone here, where have they gone now? Where have they gone to so quickly? You had a bad dream, now just go back to sleep.
Will was very rational. Yeah, we had an amazing imagination, but if something couldn't be explained, it was untrue. So I took what happened that night. It's just a true man.
But it wasn't.
No. See, now that it was her, watching over us, and I think she'd have taken Hansel there and then. If it wasn't for me waking up. Do you think there's any link between what's happening now and my own case?
So what happened next morning?
I don't give reason to trust you very easily, Mr. Graves. I woke in a very cautious mood. Not just because of what happened that night, but the dream I had was following. It's horrible, it stuck in my mind. I was standing in a darkened room.
That sounds horrific.
Relive that dream. Every night since it happened.
So I can't smell anything. Can we just keep walking?
You're not smelling. It smells like baked cakes.
Come on, Hansel. What's wrong with you?
So Michael, he was fixed on the smell. I couldn't smell anything.
Or maybe she's jumping out of the forest with you. Or maybe.
Put the spell on him.
Weird, isn't it?
Mr. Grace, but it's the truth.
Okay.
Started to scare me when he heard voices.
Voices?
Yeah, we were running after this smell. And he was running and running, and I tried to keep up until he suddenly stopped.
Hansel, what is wrong with you?
I lost it. Tell me more about these voices, Gretel.
Really starting to scare me.
Gretel, these voices. Gretel, the voices.
Hansel.
I couldn't hear it. He said it sounded ghostly and distant, frightening.
That's what he said too.
Who did?
Before we went to sleep. But I said he was tired of hearing things.
What are you talking about, Mr. Grace?
Tell me more about it.
I couldn't smell anything, hear anything. It was Hansel.
Did you hear that?
Hansel, there's no one here. We're on our own. Hansel, what is the matter?
There it is again. Surely you can hear it.
There's no one here. Can we just go home?
Music.
Hansel, there's no music.
Of course there is.
Can we just go home? Please, I just want to go home.
It's coming from there.
Hansel? Hansel! Hansel! Oh my God, I've never seen anything like it before.
I was in so amazement at what was sitting in front of me.
What?
Whether it was an illusion or not, that day what stood in front of me was a gingerbread hat.
Has anyone seen it since?
You tell me, Mr. Grace. You've certainly taken a much stronger interest in my story now.
What do you mean?
There's another reason you came to see me, and
Maybe.
these disappearances that keep happening. Tell me about them.
Well, it all happens late at night. Parents report their children being safe to bed. And then the next morning they're gone. Whatever signs of any break-ins or kidnappings. It all happens in the same village. The village that you're from, Graham. The text has been brought in, but no link has been found apart from it. And that's what led me to you.
I think it's best to tell you the rest, but the same thing's happened again, and when you have got much time.
Hansel? Hansel, please just come back.
Why didn't you listen to me?
Hansel! Hansel, just come back! It's not safe!
Hansel.
Hansel?
See, Gretel, I told you there's nothing to be scared of.
Can we just go home?
Just go take a look.
No! You haven't got much time. The same thing's happened, and then you need to act fast.
How? What do I do?
Tell them what I told you.
They'll never believe me, Graham. I'll take it seriously. I have to do something. My children are in there.
Frederick convinced me.
Yes. Frederick complained about hearing voices the night before. I checked outside and no one was there. I just thought it was hearing things.
You need to act fast, because this isn't a murderer or a rapist you're dealing with here. This is something much powerful than human strength. And I'm sorry, Mr. Grace, but I can't see any way of you finding my children. Sorry.
No! I can't give up. My children are there. I'll get into the woods tonight and find myself. They have to be there, somewhere. Thank you, Gretel. I believe you.
Good luck, Mr. Grace.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but how your bullets ricochet. Shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Cut me down, it's you have further to fall. Ghost town, haunted love.
Oh, fuck off! Ruin your fucking name! I was born first, so I'm leaving.
Do you believe in love after love? I can feel something inside me say I really don't think you're strong enough, no. Do you believe in love after love? I can feel something inside me say I really don't think you're strong enough, no.
Damn, girl, you looking fine. Oh my God! We are going! Play, miss!
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't play miss, kick your ass.
One more day before the storm.
My place is here, I fight within.